Hello YouTube, welcome to my dorm room. Today we're going to be going over press start in 10 minutes. I have my timer here and I'm going to be timing myself until that it's 10 minutes, and once that's over, hopefully I'll have the entire song explained by then. We're going to be going over melody, chord progression, sound design, pretty much everything in the song, hopefully, if we can get that done. We're going to start right now. Okay, so as you may know, the intro of the song sounds kind of like this. Alright, but it didn't originally sound like that. I worked on this song for 5 weeks straight, and I really started getting this sound. I really got that sound when I was like 3 weeks in. That didn't come natural to make at all. In fact, the intro, my very first intro I ever made, sounds like this. Sounds awful. Well, maybe not awful, but it sounded way too retro. Didn't sound happy at all. It sounded really dark. So I was like, okay, this doesn't sound good, and I'm not having fun making it. So I was like, okay, let's make that was my first draft. Let's just try something else. So this is my second attempt. Kind of similar. And you can see, like, it's I'm trying my best to make it sound a little bit happier, and it really wasn't until I just said, okay, screw it, we're not going to be even using those sounds. We're going to be using something completely new, and I just started all from scratch again. And this project is 160 tracks, by the way, which is just ridiculous. And we ended up with, or I ended up with, something that sounded like this. If I can find it, this project is huge, so it takes me like a few minutes to find. Oh, is this it? Okay, that took forever. And this sounds a lot happier. It sounds a lot bouncier, and like people can kind of like bump their head to it or whatever. And it's just not as dark as the other stuff. So, anyways, going into it, this is it. It's very simple. It's not exactly the drop. The drop goes dun da da dun da da dun, but this is more of so it's like similar. I'm trying to keep it catchy. I try to keep it upbeat and happy. Moreover, because I have a hard time making it happy. I can make it sound sad really easily. What time are we at? I need to stop talking so much. Okay, so yeah, let's go over the intro really quick. There's that. Then we have a snare, like an 8-bit snare. Then we add in a shaker later on. And then while that's all going on, there's a pad in the background that's super subtle. But we also have to add in a chord progression, which is kind of like it pulses, so it's like. And that's our chord progression right there. Don't ask me what it is. I'm not a music theory major. I just kind of place down notes till it sounds decent. I know a little bit of music theory. Then there's a bass that comes in later. That sounds like this. This bass was made with Serum and just a saw wave and a lot of effects that I regret looking back at it. I cringe. I wish I didn't use some of those effects, but it is what it is. Moving on. Let's get to the main melody. The main melody sounds like this, of course. But it doesn't always sound like that. When I first began this project, I placed things down in piano notes, and that's just how I understand it better. So it originally sounded like this. Of course, without all of these effects, like all 20 effects that I put on it, which is just ridiculous. And it started off as a piano, then I just played around with it, and I opened up Silence, and I started messing around, and this is a synth. Again, just a saw wave. Not much to it. And then I just added a pitch up so it like has some like spice to it, I guess. And then right here, this is my favorite part of the whole song. I'm sorry, not that part, this part. And I remember when I made this part, I couldn't believe what I just did because I mean, I think it sounds crazy. But the craziest part in it is the pitch bend. The pitch bend is what makes it have character. So if we delete all of this, it just sounds like this. Which sounds alright, but if you add in something like this, it gives it much more like of a, I don't know, flowy feel. And this right here is pitch bend. So you'll see as the cursor or whatever it goes over it, you'll see it correspond to it with the pitch. So like it's kind of self-explanatory, but so that's what's happening there. And then that's actually happening on every single track. Same with this one. This is the same synth, same sound, just an octave higher. And then same thing over here. And then yeah, and then I believe it. Okay, yeah, and I think that's it for the build-up. Speaking about build-up, let's go down to the ARP sweep. So this is something that really helps the build-up, like gain momentum, and people are like, oh, if something big's about to happen, which is this right here. It's called an ARP sweep. It's called an ARP sweep because there's an arpeggiator, and it's the sound, and it's going to get faster and faster and faster, and you can see the rate. The rate is like, you can actually see the rate visually right here. The closer it gets to the bottom, the faster it goes. And then that was really simple to make. And in the song, it sounds like this. You can hear it in the background. It's really subtle. And then that's actually that's coming from this right here, which is just a resample. And then that's I believe EQ. You can see it on this one really well. This is the main sound that it makes right here. And it's this filter. It's just pushing the frequencies from high to low really fast. And then that's where you get that boom, and then boom, explosion. Another thing that's really important in songs, at least I think, is sweeps. And it goes unnoticed a lot. But if we take a look at these right here, these are all sweeps. And let's just solo these and listen to what it sounds like. And you probably don't even realize this when you're listening to the song. We're at 8 minutes. Okay, that's not what I wanted. So solo those. Okay. So you can hear it sounds like wind. It sounds like white noise. Something's building up. An explosion. And what that actually does is it builds up tension and releases it. And this is what it sounds like in the actual song. So my it's clipping right now, probably because my CPU is just going through the roof. What else can we talk about? We have a minute and a half left. There's a lot of effects that have been added in, such as like words like perfect, which is just really loud. That just hurt my ears. And then again, more sweeps like that you don't usually hear. It's not supposed to sound. Goodness, my CPU is just like about to crash my computer right now. And then yeah, most of the things that I've gone over is the entirety of the song. Like that melody, it repeats itself. Right, if we go up to here, I mostly use presets for the drop. 30 seconds. I mostly use presets for the drop, so like things like this or this or this. Those all come together to make the song. I didn't make those. I thought they were cool and added them in. And that's 10 minutes. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoy the song, and thank you for the support that you've given me through it.